recording.
All right.
All right. Well, welcome to the podcast, everybody. This is Chance, my good friend that I've known since third grade, I believe. I don't think we've talked in about 10 years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, adult life and all that, it can kind of get you stressed out. Don't really communicate with people the way you really...
Yeah, I saw this post on Facebook the other day talking about one day you went outside to play with your friends for the last time and never even realized. It's actually really sad.
Very depressing. I remember seeing one that was like, I'll see you tomorrow, man, and then it said last online 300 and some odd days ago.
I have a friend.
Like an online game one.
I have a friend like that from New York that I haven't talked to since Xbox 360, Destiny 1. I miss him still. His name was Chaos Injustice. So, Chaos, if you hear this, hit me up.
Yeah.
So, anyways, one of the things I really wanted to talk to you about is, do you remember Sonic Adventure Battle 2?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I just picked up a copy of that on Amazon to play on my old GameCube a few months ago.
That's awesome, dude. I miss my GameCube so much.
Yep, I still have one. It still works.
And I think it's funny because we used to play that together a lot. But the main thing I remember doing, not playing the game, is raising the chows.
Oh yeah, the chows. They were some of the most interesting ones. And it took forever to figure out how you actually get specific chows by raising them with specific people. That was a pain in the butt.
Yeah, especially not having the internet.
Yeah, we didn't have internet back then. Yeah, we just had to kind of figure it out.
Yeah, and
all the knowledge got passed by word of mouth.
Yeah, oh yeah, or like little code books or whatever. I actually came to you for answers in games a lot, man.
Yeah, I mean, I played a lot. I did what I could. I remember when I was very young, I think when we first met our friend Mr. Short, he...
oh, yeah?
I told him some big long about a game me and him were both playing that I actually just made up. He was mad at me.
That's funny. Yeah, I remember we all had that class in high school together.
What's that?
We all had that class in high school together. I was just thinking about, I think it was economics. Me, you, Dan, and Kanan.
Yes. This is true.
I was, that was when I started smoking weed, so I was asleep a lot.
You're breaking up a little bit again, bud. I don't know what's going on.
It's probably just the internet. It's whatever. We're in it now, so. But back in those days, I think whenever we were playing Sonic Adventure Battle 2, I remember you lived in a house by the cemetery, which I thought was the coolest fucking thing in the world. It had this badass tree house. I think we used to, like, throw rocks at each other.
Yeah,
and there was a story you told me about a bull that was out in the cemetery. Or that Loopy said or something, but...
It was a bull?
I swear he told me something about a bull that would chase us if we went and played in the cemetery. I was terrified. I was a very sheltered child.
Well, I mean, I don't recall that story myself, but I don't doubt it. There was quite a few interesting stories going on back then.
Would you say nowadays that house might have been haunted? I mean, technically it's on a burial ground. I mean, there's no technical to that, but...
Yeah, so are you saying, do I think it might have been haunted?
Yes.
Yes, I'm pretty sure it was haunted. There's so many weird things happened out there for it not to be haunted.
I remember never being able to get like really good sleep because I was so scared of the house. But at the time, I think I was too sheltered and young to think, oh, it's probably ghosts.
Yeah, I had the same problem. I was constantly falling asleep in class because I could never get good night's sleep. I don't know what it was. It could have been ghosts, could have a number of things, could have been sleep apnea. I don't know. But especially in high school, I struggled to stay awake in class a lot. It was the pain. I barely skid by with high enough grades to graduate. It was pretty bad.
Yeah. I recently was at a job where I worked with Luby, and he had nothing but great things to say about you, by the way.
And what job was this?
At Skeets.
And you're talking about Lucy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he worked at Skeets for a while.
Yeah.
I remember that.
Yeah, that's a really good guy, man. Sad thing.
Yeah, he definitely, he's a good guy. He had his struggles, he had his hard times, especially after my mother passed away. Me and my parents moved to Abilene, and I moved to Oklahoma due to some things I won't. And then moved back to Abilene for the second semester, and and then when I come back junior year, it was a whole different ball game.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's crazy what happens in high school. I remember my freshman and sophomore years, I was going to church. I even cut up like my CDs and band shirts that weren't quote unquote Christian bands. And yeah, and then I don't remember exactly what happened, but junior and senior year, I was like black and white difference. Not going to go into too much detail about that, but
don't worry, I noticed. I know.
Yeah,
exactly
I'm sure
about.
everybody did. But
back to the topic that I brought up earlier. I mean, the divergence. What I was going to ask you is give me a brief summary of your life when you were freshman in high school, sophomore in high school, junior, senior, and then from there, tell me the differences from where you were there to where you are now, and the path you took to.
Oh God, that's a lot, man. Oh,
just summarize it.
Brief.
You don't gotta go into
freshman, sophomore, detail. Bible thumping Christian. Junior, senior, I was wanting to be a Rastafarian sort of thing. You know what I mean? Psychedelics, smoking weed, whatever. Graduated high school, I started drinking a lot. I moved to Lubbock, and at one point, I moved in with a couple of my buddies that lived here. They were in a band together. I was drinking about a handle of whiskey a day to myself. Like, I would, drink until I passed out, go into work shit hammered, and then wake up and be like, oh, water, wait, whiskey. Best way to cure a hangover, you know what I mean? And then I met my wife when I moved back to Snyder. I was going to go on the road and with my roommates from Lubbock, my last ones I lived with, play music. I pussied out, moved back here, met my wife, and she saved me. My best friend.
Very nice, very nice.
And this year, wait, there's going to be one more huge change happening this year. I don't want to go into details or jinx it or anything, but I've never really had the, this is my year feeling, like that kind of inspiration or motivation. But I swear to God, this is going to be my year.
Very nice, very nice. You were talking about 20.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And you and me are going to share a sentiment on that. Okay,
let's hear your story.
So I don't know if you guys ever noticed, we were pretty good at hiding it, but growing younger and all throughout high school, we struggled financially. It was bad. We never knew if we were going to have electricity or running water the next day. We were very, very, very impoverished. We never really knew if we had food. I don't know if you remember, but I spent a lot of time junior year begging change from the other students in the cafeteria to buy lunch.
Oh, God, no.
For me.
I don't.
And So I graduated high, tried to take online college classes while also working. Here's how this worked out. I got one job. I was living with my mom and my step, and my mom and my stepdad all of a sudden decided one day we're gonna move to Odessa. And I was like, well, I just got this new job. I mean, I don't want to leave Snyder. All my friends are here. I'll stay here. I actually moved in with another friend. I'll only refer to him as his last name is. And we lived together for a while. He taught me how to do martial arts, and I got in really good physical shape. And
Oh, 1 second.
I was still only
Can I ask you a question about that? What color belt are you?
Oh, I didn't go to a school. I don't have a belt. But if you have my knowledge versus a school, I would probably be equivalent to a green or a blue belt. I think it was. I don't remember. Okay. I didn't get really super good at it, but I got okay. And then finding out that the house in the cemetery was just kind of rotting. So I ended up moving back out there. And this whole time I've been taking online college classes, and I am taking a second job to help pay the bills at the cemetery house because, I'm living by myself. It's a house. It's got real bills. I don't have any roommates at the time. So I pick up 2 jobs, and I'm also doing online college classes. I ended up
how old?
out of my college classes. At this time, I would have been 18.
Golly.
Yeah. So I picked up 2 jobs and was taking online college classes, and I flunking out of my college classes because I was working too much. But it was just necessary to pay the bills and keep food on the table. So I flunked out of my college classes, ended up finding out that the cemetery house was like $500,000 in back taxes or something.
Dear Lord.
And I tried at first. Yeah, gotta love the government.
Don't.
I tried to make payments on that, but I just couldn't keep up. I was trying to put money towards getting the back taxes paid on that house, and I ended up just having to let it go. Odessa, we actually sold the house to a family member who supposedly had the money to pay off all the back taxes and make good on it, but it ended up getting seized and sold to the cemetery, so they tore it all down. They're going to put grave plots there now. So I moved to Odessa. Well, here's my party. So I moved to Odessa when I was 19.
Odessa?
Yeah.
You're a brave soul.
Yes, I agree. I totally agree.
I've heard crazy stories.
Oh yeah. From 19 to 21, I was drinking all the time. I was partying all the time. I was going out having a good time. A very good dude. I was a man.
No.
And then I ended up actually catching pills for this one girl, and she stood me up, and then I met my now wife. We'll go into details on that here in a minute. But I actually caught pills for this girl, and she ended up being the hoe. This other.
So you got the feeling back to you. Karma.
Yeah, basically I got the karma. And then I ended up meeting my wife. Me and her started dating, started seeing each other. Good time. But then when I was 21, just fixing to turn 22, my mother passed away. And
rest her soul.
Yeah.
That was a good lady.
It was awful. Yeah. I took it really. I lost my job because I couldn't concentrate. I lost. My truck broke down the same week I lost my job, so I couldn't find a job. I ended up losing my apartment, ended up being homeless for a little while there. Then my biological father, who I hadn't a huge amount of contact with over the years, had reconnected with me and offered me a way out. He gave me a truck and a bunch of money he won off of a lawsuit, and